Oasis is a project which aims for revitalizing forgotten corners of the city. The students have made spatial interventions that are strong comments on future urban life. And my name is Fredrik Skåtar, and I conducted this course. In this project, we have taken inspiration from urbanism, sociology, architecture, art, and design. We believe that our works can generate further discourse on how we would like to public space to develop and how we can make a symbiosis between nature and the city. In Tel Aviv, Tim Portnoy renewed a forgotten park with design objects that attract birds, birdhouses, bird baths, food dispenser, and crossing threads where the birds can sit. Tim also created seatings and benches in the same style for people who want to enjoy the bird park and take a rest. Caroline Richter has made a modular structure which can be assembled in various compositions and adapted to its surroundings. As you can see, the cubes are made from different materials, enabling several target groups' well-being, from playing children to a gathering point for adults. Additionally, the structure is visually revitalizing and very poetic. Inspired by, amongst others, Frei Otto's tensile structures, Michel Ibe experimented with minimal surfaces and finally with nets. When stretched between various rigid forms, the nets can create fascinating and appealing shapes. Here, Caroline has made a public sculpture in which you can play, climb, and relax. The vineyards around Freiburg are famous, and in many villages there are historical buildings with all machines for wine production. Niels Hornbach wants these to receive more attention and provide information about the region. He created an outdoor museum and a new village center at the same time. Benches and walls resemble the region's mountains, and at the same time, they are part of a regional map embedded in the floor. Franz Hagen has created a structure which is both a bookshelf and a roof. This funnel-shaped sculpture is made from wooden boards, making it easy to assemble, where triangular compartments contain shared books. The seatings can be used in many ways, enabling people both to gather and or have their privacy, sitting there and reading. According to Matthias Schmidt, the town of Köthen is often a dark and deserted town. He proposes a poetic light concept. In the main square and the alleys, he mounts wire grids in which small LED spheres are placed. These create a full sky full of bright stars, and depending on the site, the stars can either be static or changeable through animation. Jens Leikam argues it's hard for visitors to find Dessau's iconic Bauhaus buildings and the new museum. In the park in front of the station, he proposes a small pavilion which works as a sort of reception or welcoming building. On this floor, a lovely map of Dessau is embedded. The shape of the roof derives from the map, navigating the user in 3 directions. The map is also visible from a distance because of the ceiling's mirrored surface. In Wittenberg, Christian Bauer has created a mountain. This idea derived from many interesting ideas on innovative playgrounds, social interactions, and connections between nature and the built environment. Here, all these come together in a large-scale sculpture in the form of a huge rock. Skateboarders can use one side, the other is for playing or socializing. The rock is also a fantastic and poetic visual element in the city. Tree crowns are beautiful, and arguably they are a park above us. Niklas Jossa proposes that tree houses can be implemented in the city. He suggests that platforms can be placed next to or among trees. The platforms are of different types, for socializing, for working, or for resting. He has carefully designed each of these situations in a poetic way inside the tree crowns, or rather, he has created a tree space. Nature is our shelter, says Anne Dimta. She has created a strong and poetic comment on the interaction between urban and nature. And in a deserted corner of Dessau, she proposes planting a biotope consisting of local trees. Around it, there are sections of circular benches, and in the biotope's center, a mystical light is glowing in the night. The composition can be interpreted in various interesting ways. As an exhibited forest in the middle of the city, or as a place for resting in nature, an oasis in a concrete landscape. Thank you all for the great ideas and designs. And how would you like to your city to develop in the future. In this project, we have seen many interesting and poetic strategies. Thank you so much for listening.